Hello guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. We are the Abrams.
And yeah. This has been a long time coming. We've been looking forward to doing an anniversary edition of this. How we met, how we started, how it's going. Well, I mean, we're all so busy. If this is your first time here, this is the Abrams.
Abraham, you're welcome to the Abraham family, welcome. The blessed family.
Yes. Please ensure to
subscribe,
like
this video, share this video, comment, drop your reaction.
We've got lots of exciting, all the exciting things which we've done, so just check them out. And and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for being a part of this journey thus far. We want you to know that you will never be disappointed. You will not be disappointed. Okay, so
in the spirit of birthday, because I'm sure you guys have seen the birthday video, right? You see that we're still wearing the same outfit. So it's in the spirit of birthday, in the spirit of anniversary. Our anniversary was last month, even though we didn't really do much because we're just busy. And stuff like that. Okay, over to you. So today we are doing an updated edition, like you said, about how we met.
Yes, a legacy edition.
Is this a legacy edition?
Yes. How she met me.
How you met me?
How you met me?
Okay, how I met you. Is it me that met you? Or is it you that met me?
It's you that met me. Alright, so let's start. We don't want to take too long. We just want to be straight to the point, concise, and also as instructive and educative as always. So we'll start out with what we saw. We didn't know each other from like way back. I mean, people will say that she was my primary school. I mean, we're in KG1 together. We were in the room together. So. A lot of people from primary school, being together, secondary, went to secondary school, went to the same.
There are few people like that, but I don't think those kinds of stories like it's many like that.
Yeah, okay. But at least there are those that are like 10 years in relationship. So I met her in 2019.
How did you do your shirts like this?
December 2019. Man, because I'm looking forward to your father, right? So that's why.
Okay, keep talking, Joe.
Yes, so I met her in 2019. We were working in a workplace.
I can't hear you.
Akure, my voice is loud. You don't want me to hear me say it. I love you too. Okay, so in a workplace, in a corporate workplace in Akure, I was working there like a month before she joined in, and then wow. Okay, so that was where I was originally. It's a story of providence, divine providence. I know some people don't believe in predestination, but trust me, it exists. There's such a thing as predestination. I was not slated to be in that department. Okay, I was slated to be in another department, but for some reason, I was cycled back to this department. That's management. That's management. So that's where I was the day she walked in, and I just looked at her. I noticed that during the work, we had the workspace, finance managers, so you could see the others across your table, and you could see what they were doing and all of that. So we were usually busy attending to riders, that kind of thing.
There's no pay time now, pay right time, right?
Okay, yeah, but you don't know if you not do that, you riders.
But if you not work in that office,
you don't know what riders like can put you through.
Working in the motor park.
It's serious. Okay, so I observed her across the table the first time, and I saw, who is this lady? She just was observing avidly, and I was wondering, okay, who's this lady? Of course, I saw the other people who came in around that same time, who came in to join the workforce around that same time. But she stood out, dress-wise, looks, she was dashing, blush. I heard that.
You're welcome.
She was dashing, stunning, and she definitely looked different from all the other ladies in the riders management. And guys, I was not looking forward to a relationship at the time. I just wanted to be on my own. I just wanted to stand aside. I just wanted to observe, do my job, and go home and not be disturbed by anybody. Yes, I had experienced breakfast. I'd experienced breakfast. Now, what are you doing here?
I don't know.
You didn't know? How didn't you know? Okay, so let me pause there so that you can take it from there.
Okay. I even got the work in OPay. Just like you said, I think it's Divine Providence because I just finished service. I was in Akure where I lived at the time. So I went to see my parents in Okitibopa for maybe like a week after service. Then I came back to Akure and I was just getting back. You see, that day the Holy Spirit just told me, I wanted to go out. The Holy Spirit told me to hold my CV. And it was strange. And that was how my sister just called. I was at my eldest sister's place, right? That's how my immediate elder sister just got gifts. It's like, where are you? Hold your CV. Can I give it to so person in OPay head office, Akure? Like I was in Akure, so it was like, then give it to so person in OPay head office. And I'm like, oh really? And so I got there, I gave it to the person, and long story short, I didn't have to go through many processes like that before I got the job. And they had even asked me which of the units would I like to be, or stuff like that. So I didn't really know what all units was even about. So I just said that. Because I felt that was about people's management, and seeing that I have a professional certification in customer relationship management, right? So I just felt okay, riders management will just be the place for me, like end of the day.
So known.
Those riders were a hell of people. Okay, so that was it for me. I think it was the second day I resumed to work immediately. And the people resumed that day, but it was towards closing time and stuff like that. So I think I resumed the second day. So when I got there, he wasn't even sitting beside me at the time. I was sitting beside Mr. Bright. Who else? Mr. Bright. I don't think Sean had come. I think it was second day or so that Sean came.
You sure Sean was not there before?
No, we came together.
Oh, really? Okay.
But Mr. Bright, I can remember Mr. Bright very vividly, and then Dami was sitting after Mr. Bright.
Yeah.
So those were so they put me through stuff like that, and I think I picked up very fast. Like you think I've been there like maybe for some time already, and I was doing the work and everything, and that was pretty much it. So I like I said, I didn't observe him that day. I used to tell him that I didn't observe him that day. It was another day. I think it was the second day, yes, that I observed him walk into because our office was big. It was like a 3-story building, right? And the ground floor was like a hall. Was like a very big hall, where our department was, right? Because we know the riders now. So our department was very big. It was like a mini hall, and then the other departments upstairs. So we walked into. So when somebody is walking in, the hall is very big. The glass doors. They open the glass doors, so it's very big. So when somebody is walking in, you can literally observe the person all through. You know that kind of thing.
Is that really how you observe? You observe me walking
majestically
with my Gucci glasses, and my gold chain, and my swag.
And Agbado.
Agbado
glass. Anyway, so that was it. I walked in with a jersey. He wore a jersey. He had this muffler over his neck.
Yeah, king of mufflers. Next.
He had this. He used to like mufflers. Do you know we went out to buy stuff recently? If you know how many mufflers my husband bought at once. How many mufflers? Maybe just like 5 mufflers.
Just 5.
So 5 is just one muffler in one shopping that we went out in one. You bought 5 muffler. Like showing.
Guess who?
When it's not food.
Guess who launched the muffler?
Who launched what? Wait. I was just trying to help your life and destiny. Let it not look like muffler is just lying down there. Anyway, that's by the way. But he likes mufflers, so he had a muffler over his neck and he just walked in. That was the first time I noticed him. Like, who is this one? And who is this one? Oh. So that's it. Other than that, I would say it wasn't sitting directly beside me, so it was a few distance away. And the first impression I had about my husband, it was very annoying.
No,
He was this perfect person, and he really just used to annoy me.
But that was when you'd come to sit beside me. Okay, after some time that she had come in, observed, and she had blended into the work environment and the job requirements, our team lead, they call them team leads.
Messy.
Yes, our team lead. I don't know what she was thinking. She just decided to shuffle the
sitting arrangement.
Just decided to shuffle. No explanation, no excuse, no reason. And so she shuffled and you know that scripture that says that now we overturn and overturn until it comes to the turn. So she shuffled.
What happened to this ocean?
I should ask you, I'm wondering what it's possible because
he's been fasting for a long time, so I think
it's your eye.
You can see how lean he is.
Kind of fast. Leave my I see your fast. So
you can see how lean he is.
Babe, what's this? Why are you putting me on display like this?
I'm putting you on display.
So she, Mercy shuffled her over to my side, so she began to sit beside. She was like 4 seats away.
No, I Mercy shuffled you to my side.
No, now why? I was the one sitting on this corner, me and Williams. It was you that came and joined me and Williams.
Okay.
Yes, now.
Okay, so
Let me finish my story. So the team lead shuffled her over to my side, and guess what? She was so delighted to be beside me.
I was delighted to be beside you.
Delighted.
You were delighted to be beside me. What kind of talk is this, man? Don't mind him.
Hey, why are you running? Why are you running?
Oh, running what? So that's it. And you know that not too long after that, she wanted to do another shuffling. She was like, so that's how we got to start sitting beside each other. Right? So she wanted to do another shuffling, and she was like, I should. So it was now Williams, yourself, and myself, right? So before Mr. Bright, before was it Sheung? Before Sheung was sitting beside me, then Mr. Bright, then Dami, and the rest of them. So she wanted to do another reshuffling, and she was like, I should go to the extreme, like the other side of the scene. And I'm like, no, I don't want to sit there. Like I clearly, at least in a workplace or any group, I know exactly where I want to. I related with everyone very well. I think that's one of the places where I was very free with relating with people, right? But I still know where or who I want to be able to be in direct, close proximity with. And I think I enjoyed the company of Williams, Mr. Bright, Shield. They were very funny. They made me laugh. They could go out and buy lunch, free lunch for us. You know, that kind of a thing.
Okay, guys. So
and they were guys. Yeah. That's another thing. They were all guys. I was the only lady in their midst in that particular place, in that side of the table, right? And I think I just enjoyed the company of guys to some extent.
Okay, so the essence of all that we've said back and forth in the past few minutes is to know that there's such a thing as divine providence.
Yeah.
There's such a thing as all things working together for good. Even the things you didn't expect, they can work together for good. I was not expecting to find a relationship in that place.
Yeah.
I was not expecting to be in that department. I was not expecting to sit beside the person that will end up becoming my wife. I was not expecting any of that.
That's right.
But so if you think that God is going to explain all the details of how you're going to meet your wife and how you guys are going to meet on the roadside, how maybe you're working.
Some people.
That's what I'm saying is if you think that God is going to explain all the details for you, if you're waiting until then, it may not necessarily come that way. Like in Korean movies that the guy is walking past carrying books.
Something now fell down. They now use 2 hours to look at each other. Sorry, our Korean fans.
Let me move on to no happiness. I love Korean movies.
Okay, so Messi tried to shuffle me, but I just didn't want to go. So I just decided I'm not going. So I told her I'm not going, and second day I came and still sat in my seat. So when she saw that I didn't want to go to that other extreme side, she let me be.
Okay, so that's where we began. We leave off divine providence now and predestination and all of that. We go on to how we became friends.
Yeah, because at this time we still haven't started talking
to each other. Yeah. So what broke the ice? Babe, what broke the ice?
Amani.
What kind of hammer? The hammer of love.
Sledge.
Or the hammer
Like, what's that guy's
of
name?
crush.
You see Kane Abiki Loruko, that what is a superhero movie that has this sledgehammer? Have you watched
Okay,
it?
Thor.
Thor, whatever his name. Thor's hammer. Anyway, so at this time, because like I said, I was still sitting in that place, but it wasn't necessarily because of his company. The other of my colleagues, they were just very jovial. He was just quiet. So the first thing I noticed about him when we started sitting close was his seemingly perfection nature. And sometimes we just be annoying like, who is this one? Why is he trying to be so perfect? Like those riders can be so annoying. Extremely annoying. You know how these riders can be now. You just imagine, maybe you know how drivers in car parks are. So imagine now having like 1,000 small.
Thousands of them. But each of us had allocated. You had like 400 and something.
Both of us are the highest
400 and
in
something.
the whole team. Highest
that's
number of
to attend
driver
to.
assigned to us to attend to. So put together, we had over 3,000 riders.
Yes.
So imagine having to face with those people every single day. You know how crazy that is, right? Every single day. But my husband was always acting cool. At the time, he was just Toby, right? He was always acting cool, this and that. Even when other people get angry or those people just try to misbehave or something. And in my mind, I'm like, who is this Mr. Perfect? What is he trying to prove? Anyway, that's the first impression I had about him. So when we started sitting beside each other, okay, just before we started sitting beside as seatmates, I remember one time I dropped his phone on his table, his work table, and I don't even know what I was in. My eyes went to his phone and I saw a Koinonia message playing on the screen. And in my mind, I'm like, oh, so this guy listens to Apostle. Nice. But I didn't say anything. I didn't even ask him anything. This was before he started sitting directly beside me. It was just a few seats. Yes.
Before? Yes. How did you sit?
Sure, let me see my story.
Okay.
It was just a few seats from me then. So when he started sitting beside me, one of those days too, I think it was break time. So because during break time, he was always plugging the earpiece or he would have a book that he's reading. He wasn't really talking to anybody. Even if it's break time, he wasn't really talking to anybody. So one of those break time, I think he was maybe listening to a message, but he drops his phone and his phone was very close by. So I saw I think it's Financial Dominion. I think it was Financial Dominion that was playing Apostle. So that was when I finally spoke. I'm like, oh, so you listen to AJS? Over to you.
Okay, so she saw that, she asked me, and I was like, yes. Why do you ask? What concerns you? Anyway, we got talking from there and we found that we shared similar passions for the same thing. Now, the fact that someone tells you that they're a Christian does not necessarily mean that their own Christian is the same
kind of Christian with you.
It's not supposed to be different, but somehow.
See, we have different tribes.
And you have to ascertain that.
Yes, we have different tribes. Even though we are all Christian, but really, even the children of Israel, they are all Israelites, but there were 12 tribes. So we are all Christians, but we belong to different tribes. So it's not enough that somebody. This is a very serious point that you should go with in case you are trusting God for a life partner, right? It's not enough that somebody is a Christian. There are many things that must synchronize. And for me, one of the like I told you afterwards, I said I'd always written it on my status many times, even long before I even met him, that I knew that I was going to meet my husband through AJS. And that doesn't mean that Bishop Sema will come and be the one to give me. But I so knew strongly in my heart that the person would also have been trained, have been schooled by Apostle Bishop Sema, because at the time that was the tribe that I belonged to. Do you understand? So the things I believed, the concept I believed, diet, this and that, spiritual work, spiritual growth, all of those kinds of things, passion, the passion for God, the presence of God, all those things. I believe that the person would also be somebody who has been trained individually, not when they met you. They now decided that, okay, let me convert to your...
Let me come and be listening.
Let me convert.
Okay, so yeah, that helped us. So the conversation really sparked off from there.
Yes.
That was where it was just sparked off. So we started finding out that we shared similar values, not just in our walk with God now, but We both loved reading.
Yes.
And we both loved
Listening to
justice.
messages.
We didn't like nonsense around those silly people who just didn't think much of. We had similar values and all of that. So it was there we began to talk and became friends.
Yeah.
So we became friends. Now, I know what many people think about friendship today is maybe as soon as you guys become friends, you take out for a date, and date, you guys go to their house, and from there, you become friends with benefits.
No. Like this was a pure friendship with no strings attached.
We just wanted to know about the other person, and we also wanted the wellness of the other person. For instance, if I stepped out or something, she could collect we usually had lunch in our company then, so she could collect food for me, or she could help me when sometimes I'd go to school, but I was still running my master's then. So sometimes I'd go to school and you stand in for me, my riders, and all of that. So we were concerned about each other's progress.
And then the team generally, when it's lunchtime, generally in the team, like that side where we're just this thing. So when somebody goes out for lunch, could be like, could just buy something for everybody. Like, oh, do you want roasted plantain? Do you want cucumber? Remember Mr. Bright and his cucumbers? Cucumber and granuts. So that kind of a thing. So if it goes out to, sometimes you just like get lunch. Oh, do you want fried yam? All those lunch that they sell around the office area, you get.
So we became friends. So first of all, we were strangers, but there was one particular point where we sparked up, where the ice broke, and we realized that there could be something deeper beneath this block of ice.
Which block of ice?
We broke the ice further, and we found, wow, we share similar values with respect to family life, with respect to relationship.
And then we found out that we share. Sorry for interrupting. It wasn't just, the fact that we both listened to Koinonia meant a lot. Meant that, okay, we believed in the same kinds of things. But again, another thing was, in our friendship, as we began to talk just as friends, I was asking a lot of questions. Like, I don't know, but I think that's how I bond with my friends. Asking, so what do you think about marriage now? So what do you think about tithing? Have you heard the latest one? They said, New Testament believers are not supposed to be tithing like New Testament. What do you think about it? So during break time, or just when you have a little air to breathe from all those riders that want to come and choke life out of you, and we have to make conversations.
Those precious times when I want to pick up my book and read. Collect my book from me. Which book I read? How do you think that?
Like, how can somebody be in a place that, even me myself, I'm not so much of a distinct, but how can you be in a kind of place like that and the only thing you want to do is to read? After all these riders have literally shook life out of you, then it's break time, you still want to read. You never rest your head by maybe relating.
I read a few storybooks, novels. I was reading A Brief History of Time by Stephen
Yes, you were reading one book about time travel or stuff like that.
So it wasn't just a book that you just read and enjoy. You need to do some critical application to what you're reading. Anyway, so we found that we both loved reading, and so we became friends. So that tells you that you need to take off from friendship. A lot of people don't want to take off from friendship today. They just want to start at the beginning and just end at the end. Friendship is a very pivotal time in a relationship. Even before the relationship begins, you need to have known a lot about your partner. And that's what she said. She asked questions. Don't just ask questions about what kind of food you like, this shawarma. Ask relevant questions that have to do with life, with destiny, with the person's orientation, about justice, about politics, about sensibleness. Because right now, see the kind of politics, the thing that's going on in politics. Imagine that you married somebody that is thinking
the other way.
No. So those are things that you have to, as you're going into the friendship, don't throw your heart. Don't just throw your heart into it. Use your head.
And because it was friendship at the time, we're not thinking anything relationship at all. You see, one beautiful thing about friendship is the openness.
Yeah.
Like when you're with your friend, maybe your friend is a guy or this thing, you are so free. Be like, guy, what's up now? This one, you can just your friend about things that. If your mindset for coming to that person's relationship, there's a way everybody suddenly becomes perfect, that you don't want them to see this kind of your life. You literally told me the things you struggled with, with, like, we ask serious questions like, back on campus, so there's this stuff about, you know, have you ever had this thing with addictions and stuff like that? Do you ever have to struggle? You know, like those all sorts of conversations. Do you understand? And because we were not attaching some string of relationships, so you are very open because there's nothing to lose. You know, that kind of a thing. Unlike when you are coming with relationship in view first, there's many things that you already feel
you just
this part of me should not be seen.
People.
Do you understand?
Yeah,
so I think that openness that friendship brings is just so beautiful.
Another thing is, you may think that what we're saying now is a fairy tale, but you also have to understand that you attract the kind of person that you are. If you're a crook, you're most likely to attract a crook. If you're a well-meaning person, a nice person, it's not enough to be innocent. It's enough also to be sensible, to be good. But all I'm just trying to say is, if you're a crook, if you're being crooked, you're most likely going to attract those kind of persons around you. But if you're a good person, you believe God, you pray to God, you trust God, that all things work together for good for you, you're going to attract this kind of person. And
your actions align with what you claim.
You're not just saying that you're a good person, but you're doing something else. I'm wondering why bad boys keep coming
your way.
Right. It's not. Okay, so we proceeded from friendship, from jovial friendship to deeper conversations about life, about marriage. What do you think about relationship? What do you think about marriage? How many children do you even have considered having? Yes,
like seriously, imagine we asked all those questions.
We talk about this kind of things and this is core questions that have to do with what is your family like? What do you do? What's your plan? In 5 years, where do you see yourself? 5 years time, where do you see yourself? So don't just ask frivolous questions or surface questions and expect magic in the next couple of years.
And another thing, because you're friends and you're asking those questions sometimes out of the blues, like it can just be, maybe it's during break time and I can just ask him, so what do you think about the issue of submission with a woman in marriage? Because it's been an issue now these days. What's your mindset about it? And then he will just tell me his mindset about it. You see, you are able to get clearer answer that way than when the person has already come with the intention of relationship. When the person already comes with the intention of relationship, they want to tell you what you hear. That's why sometimes they say, good people marry bad people. It's not like good people marry bad people. It's just that there was something wrong with the foundation that you set, right? But at the time when I'm asking him, so what do you think about submission? If it's a man that doesn't think, he will say it, because at the time he wasn't looking for anything, so he really had nothing to lose, right? So many of you females, there are some of your friends that they are good friends in quotes, but you can't marry them because many times they say, no, me, I cannot have a wife that will, because you are friends, they tell you all those things, so you already know if this kind of person, fits into your this and that or not. And for me, honestly, I think that's the best way to get somebody to marry. I think that's the best way to get somebody to marry. It is birthday and a lot of people have been calling, so it just has to be like putting a lot of calls on hold.
So let me say quickly the things that have attracted me to her. In my own opinion, I was attracted by her intelligence. She was very intelligent. She was top.
Sharp.
She was top. She was top of her class. AU, and she had the ability to keep up intellectual conversations. People say
my husband is more than people are finding it difficult to relate. Maybe sometimes, unless it deliberately just comes down to.
Really, is it that bad?
You don't know how annoying you are. Really, you don't know how annoying. Because when we started talking, one of the first things my husband told me is that I finally found somebody that I can discuss this thing with. You see, when I want to discuss this thing, they think I'm crazy because maybe a lot of people cannot relate to the level of this thing, right?
So I found her intelligent and we could talk.
So that doesn't. So the there's a general thing that they say an intelligent person will marry a dull person. It doesn't work like that. Don't give yourself. Listen to our previous videos, Jack. Don't give yourself unnecessary
stereotypes
where you are making a conversation and this person cannot even keep up at the pace of your thought, at the pace of your mindset. It makes no sense. That all those things are holding this thing. So they say a bright person. If you're an intelligent person, marry an intelligent person, right? There might be things where it's much more intelligent and you are less, but there may be things where you are more. But on the average level, let it be that both of you can sync. Let it not be that you are saying A and the person is finding it difficult to even understand the A you are saying.
Yes. So I was attracted by that. I was also attracted with the values that we shared and that I saw that we synced together on those levels. So that caught my attention. And I was like, look, this looks like something and I'd like to work with. I was also attracted by her beauty, yes. Fine girl without makeup.
And I was almost coming to the office most times without makeup too.
Yeah, true. Then I was also attracted by the fact that we found the same things, things important. For instance, reading. We found talking about God. We found the pursuit of God as vital to both of us. It's not that she was laid back and you Christian people, it's not you that crucified Jesus on the cross. Why you now? Why you now pray? No. We had, like we said, we found that we were from a similar tribe, so we pursued that. So those were some of the major things.
But in the former video, you talked about the physical this thing very well.
Yeah, because of time. I said this is a legacy. Guys, please, if you want more information, we've already an expanded
go and look
version.
At the format.
This is an anniversary version.
Yeah, that's right.
We could go on.
So what attracted me to him?
Wait, you wanted me to expatiate on the physical?
Yes, expatiate. What is wrong with expatiating? Anyway, what attracted me to him was this intelligence. So remember I said he was very annoying because he was trying so hard to perfect. I even fought with him a couple times because of that. Like, things doesn't have to be this perfect. Like, why are you saying that? Somebody already explained this thing to this guy. You don't have to explain it again to him. Tell him to go. I mean, we had writers who came and they will look at ladies and be like, all this stereotype, all this maybe Yoruba men who just have this stereotype about women and stuff like that, and they want to come and rub that stereotype on you, like, how can this man be a manager? How can she be the one managing me? That kind of it.
Yeah, in your own opinion, it was me trying hard.
And you see, in my own opinion, my husband was too understanding. Because I felt there's some things that you should not just understand. Let these people know that this kind of mindset is actually very wrong, to just come and look down on a lady just because the person is a lady and you felt, why is a lady handling this kind of thing? Why is she my manager? Why is she, that kind of thing. So anyway, so that's by the side. But other than that, I think one of the things that attracted me to my husband is very intelligent. He's very, very intelligent. And I like intelligent people. Like, I really like intelligent people. I think my closest friend in secondary school, that was a guy. In fact, all my closest friends in secondary school that were guys, they were extremely intelligent. The top class, these were the kind of people that will have A1 further mathematics in GC, not even WAEC, in GC. So you can imagine. So I really like intelligent people. I flow better with intelligent people. So it's intelligence. And I think one time I heard him sing. He was hiding it though. And I'm like, you have a good voice. And I was like, he didn't mean to sing out that day. But that was how finally I caught him. And then our values, like, we really, so we were able to discuss a lot of things about Koinonia. How did you start listening to Koinonia messages? I told him about, I've met AJS one-on-one, this and that, this. You see?
And I do like Omoluku.
All those kind of values.
Yeah, another key part is we also try to find out, where is this person going to?
Yeah.
Where is this person going to in life, in destiny, with God, in their walk with God? Where is this person going to? What plans does this person have? How does this person take service? How important does this person take service for God?
Yeah.
So we found that we both loved God. We wanted to serve God in similar ways, and we saw that the ways we wanted to serve God now, they aligned.
Yes.
So that's how boys started to sing that. Boys started to sing this.
Yeah, that was, and it's really fascinating to find somebody who have your similar passion with God in an open place. I mean, this is not campus. So in campus you could be in fellowship together, be in a group, campus group together. It's easy to find that kind of person that you can like bond with, share that. But in a marketplace, in a workplace, honestly, that's the last place you expect that kind of person who has a similar passion with God to be. I mean, it's just so amazing. So those are some of the things I found, and my husband was fine then too, but it wasn't fine like this. I mean, I've done a lot of work.
See life. Anyway,
am I lying?
It's life. Let's move. I will not say that. Let me just leave it for another session. But boys have always been cool. They've always been awesome. Always been fine. Okay, so we move on to how did she know that I was the one? How did I know that she was the one for me? Because somehow that question has to be settled in your mind before you enter into a relationship. Somehow it has to have been settled. Right. So that you don't just say, let's just go into the relationship. Let's just try. Let's go back to work.
That's what people used to say. Let's see. There was one on the old Nollywood movie. The guy came to ask me, say, I would like, let's just, but they now both say, well, let's just see how it goes. And relationship starts immediately like, wow, just like that.
It's Hollywood's way of, but guys, don't do that. Just save yourself a lot of
and that's why many of you'll be singing everybody must chop breakfast, everybody must chop breakfast. When you treated the issue of destiny like you went to buy shawarma, even you are more deliberate about buying shawarma, because there are some vendors that you will not buy shawarma from. For instance, my husband and I don't like shawarma. We prefer feisty chicken to shawarma, and even that feisty chicken, there's one place in this entire Lagos that we like that feisty chicken, and it's on the island. So imagine we are more deliberate. So if anything wants to make us eat that kind of feisty chicken, we will have to travel from the mainland to the island to go and eat it. But something that is relationship, matter of destiny and life, you will treat it like it's just jolly that you just want to pick Okirika, you just want to pick which one, and you are wondering why you are shopping breakfast, and then the negative mindset, everybody must chop. Everybody is not shopping breakfast. You were the one who chose foolish.
Decided to choose to
sorry, but is it true?
It's not an insult. It's a description of it.
Okay, babe.
Okay, so how did I know that she would be the one? I'll start with the things that attracted me to her. On a physical level, I was attracted to her beauty. Wise, I was attracted to her looks. I was attracted to.
You're welcome.
You said not say enough about the physical part. I was attracted to her complexion. I was attracted to her look. And nobody begin to think, okay, if we have 2 children now, who won't be yellow people? And now I'm not joking. Just by the way, okay, so I was attracted to her physically. Mine is a tripartite thing. At the physical level, I was attracted to her physically. On the mind level, I was attracted to her intellectually. I saw that she had the intelligence, the brains to carry on similar conversations. We thought, she studied philosophy, but apart from that, it's not just enough to study philosophy. You also have to have an engine that can run philosophical thinking and critical thinking along those lines. So she does a lot of philosophy. To be honest with you, when she starts talking about philosophy, I just start bringing up names of known philosophers. You begin to wonder whether she's still in class. Maybe she's preparing for exams tomorrow, because she remembers those things like yesterday. That's how she remembers them. She remembers all those names, hypocrites and
hypocrites.
Pythagoras and the rest of them. So she remembers all of that, and she's able to carry those kind of conversations. So at the mind level, I was attracted to her. Our values also synced. Values of honor, respect for others, justice for the poor, or for those who, and so on and so forth.
And including our sexual values too.
Yes. Along those lines, purity before marriage, chastity, we aligned a lot. And how we knew was we asked questions during our friendship stage. So don't miss that part. So I didn't know it by witchcraft or by divination. And I didn't find it, I didn't read it about her on her Facebook page. Guys, on her WhatsApp, please be very careful about what people post on their page. You think that's all their life. Okay, so and then at spiritual level, my goodness. at the spiritual level, I was also we bonded. Like I said, our conversation actually sparked off from a spiritual standpoint. When she saw the message I was listening to, then I would always want to plug my earphones and listen to the message. So she saw the message, and then from time to time she would take my earphone. I would listen to one ear, she would take the other ear, and we'd be listening to the same message and so on and so forth. So we talked about spiritual things, and we saw that we flowed along the same line of God's plans for our lives. We wanted to do the same things that were similar, not the same but similar, and we could move together. So I saw that this works, and I think this
another big call.
I wish I could pick this, but it's okay. So yes, for me, those were the things, those were the standpoints from which I had judged that
there's something about this person.
Yes, she could be the one. She's the one. So I'm going into this relationship with the mind that she's going to be the one.
Okay, for me, I won't go through what my husband has said.
Yes, you don't have to say.
I won't go through that again. I'll just say, you see, a person can seemingly pick other box and they are still not the one, right? So that's where God comes in. So I told him one of those days, the thought can just drop in your heart, just like a passing thought. So the thought just dropped in my heart like a passing thought about this person. This person could be, and you're like, because it wasn't like you were the one who premeditated that let this person be, right? So the moment you have that kind of thought, the next thing to do as a Christian is take it to God in prayer immediately, and that's what I always do. And when I take it to God in prayer immediately, I'm like, if it's not the one, please let this thought dissipate like instantly. No need to be wasting thoughts about something that is not. Do you understand that? And so I took it to God in prayer, but I think it just kind of persisted in my heart personally. Meanwhile, just for say, while we were at that workplace, till the whole Lope thing happened and they left Nigeria or anything, we did not date as far as dating.
Yes.
We were just good friends. I think even after a month after, we still did not. We were just good friends. We kept on conversation and stuff like that. So I think it was later in April or March. Ending of March. Yes.
That was what we did.
Decided.
Yes, okay, so let's go to that. Let's go to that point.
Yes, I prayed about it and it was persistent. I had peace about it. And there was a particular word God had given me, even prior to his coming, about what would be the sign of that person, right? What would be the sign of that person? I formed a name for him from that. Iren. And that meant peace. So you must have had your personal dealing. I preached a message about how you meet your husband before they even come. I preached a message about it some years ago. Maybe when I have the time, I'll tell you guys about that. Yeah. But that was it for me.
So at this point that I had come to this, of course I prayed as well, and I knew.
Because prayer is not optional; it's everything.
Yes. I didn't mention it because, of course, I shouldn't mention everything. So she should also talk about. I just talked about it along those tripartite, of course, under the spiritual practice before. So I prayed about it. First 2 times, stayed away, tried to pray about it. I at the time where I saw that we were getting quite close, I decided to let me break off a bit. Let me distance myself.
Yes.
Myself.
I noticed that he had some distance for some time. He created some distance.
I asked God, dear Lord, so that I will not fall into the trap of my emotions speaking to me when I'm praying. Myself. Okay, so that happened. At the point where I was settled about this, I decided that okay, let's hit the bell run, let's hit the ground run, let's try the iron on the head. And so I decided, okay, what can I do? I know she likes cool places. Yes, generally you would probably want to break the bank, and I'll still do that where you still break the bank and buy you that diamond and cross the ring and so on and so forth. But the things that just look out for cool, I just looked out for a cool environment, an environment where we could be alone, where we could enjoy the evening breeze. By alone, not in a dark place in the dark night and all of that.
Like nature, like a field, or like a park.
Yes,
that kind
like
of
a park. So I looked for such a place, and then I invited her over. It was one of my friends.
Even though you are taking me out like 2
times
before then on my birthday,
couldn't have asked you in those
took
nice
me out. Then there was one other time he took me out to Grand Capital in Akure.
Grand Capital. Oh, Grand
Yes,
Capital.
yes, he took me out to one time, but he didn't say anything at those points. He would just send me a message like, "Can I take you out today?" We just went as normal friends,
You know
just
what I was
gist
doing?
and talk.
I was
That's
rubbing
all.
the oil. The oil. You know Esther, when she wanted to see the kings, she first invited him. Say, oh king, let me invite you to a banquet. King said, banquet, let's
So
go.
perhaps
Invited
somebody
him
may be
and
rubbing oil already
So-
for you, just to pay your special.
invited him and they had banquet. He said, what the queen?
What do you want?
What do you
He said,
want?
"Nothing."
Say nothing. I want to
Nothing.
invite you to another banquet. He came to another banquet. He said, what do you want? Even up to half of my kingdom. Say king, it's not like I wanted to ask you for much. It's just that you see this man I sit inside. So that was how I treated it. When I finally asked her, she didn't even know
I didn't even expect
that I
it
would
was the
announce
least of
anything.
times. Honestly.
Okay, so I just asked her. We hung out at that park, and then we talked about.
They had even gone to see a friend though. They had
Yes.
kind of like
A
a get
dinner.
together with
Yes.
his choir, and he invited me over, and I'm like, and before then it didn't really, we're not really, there was a little bit of distance.
Yes, I had stayed
Yes,
away.
yes, I stayed
before
away.
that time.
So when he sent me the message, I was like, our choir members were having this and this. Would you like to come? I'm
And
like,
Sunday.
I don't know them because even at that time, to me, just go and listen to the updated version, the real version of this thing.
But
Because
that day was
the story
such a
is
big
long.
plan. Were we meeting that day? I don't think we were meeting. No, we're not meeting that day. That was not the
but
day
there
we
was
met.
one
It
get
was
together.
just
You
me,
people.
and it was not a get together.
Okay, it was just Shay
for
Fumi that invited you over. So
Yes.
okay, so
It was
he
not
said
that-
a friend invited him over. It was
Yeah.
a female friend that I should follow him, and I'm like, as what? From where to where? It's a
I don't
female friend
get.
now.
I don't get. Anyway,
But
yeah.
it was like, don't worry, I just want you to come. And knowing that there's been a little distance.
Yeah.
Anyway, I shall agree to go.
Yes, she agreed to come, and there it is. So I invited her over, and we talked. After I left my friends, so we just hung out at the park, and then we talked, and we talked, and we talked. And then I sang her a song. I prepared to sing the song already. I knew that the song would sweep her off.
Okay.
So and we said, read the song. I'd called the band, the Onilu,
Onilu, whoa.
and everybody.
Go straight to the point, your time is going.
Okay, so I sang her the song, and wow, she really liked it. Let's sing another one. Meanwhile, me,
What song did you even sing?
nothing's gonna change my love for judgment. You ought to know by now how much I am. I'm beginning to the end. I'm going
Yes, he sang it from beginning to the end, and he has a very good voice. He kept on. I'm like, wow.
Yeah. So she was not like, oh, that was so good. I
Like
said, "Do you want
sing another
one?"
song. Yeah.
Yeah. Said yes. Then I sang Daniel Bedington. If you're not the one, then why does my soul feel bad today?
At this point, I was suspecting him like, which kind of song is this guy is choosing to sing like this?
So that was it. I was not like, hey, you're supposed to be getting it now. If you don't get it by now, you better forget it. Okay, so I now talked about how I valued her friendship in my life the past couple of months, that she had come into my life, and how she meant so much to me, and how I thought that we vibed together on several levels. And now I thought that, look, why don't you take this to the next level?
And now you like my dressing, and you like my jumpsuit.
How come if you're just so keen on your dressing and your thing? Is that the only thing that I said? Anyway, so yes, I said it, and Auntie was dumbstruck. So speaking of dumbstruck, dumbstruck pro.
Stop being mischievous.
Because she didn't even say anything.
Honestly, I didn't say anything.
So I saw her up to the
Yeah.
park. She took a vehicle. I said goodbye. I didn't even say goodbye. She was in a maze of wonder. She didn't reply me until days later. And it's okay to, do that. Not like some lady that is months that will take to
Seriously,
think about
guys,
it.
let me just talk about that briefly before we end it. You see, if it's not the person, it's not the person. There's no point. Just before then, I think if you watch the real video where we did the parts, we did it in part. I think it was three parts of almost 1 hour, 1 hour, 4 parts of almost 1 hour. So you know the story is long because there were people who liked me in the office. In fact, there was somebody who even came to meet him. I like this girl. I want to ask this girl out. What do you think?
I was
because
custodian.
they felt it was a close friend of mine. So you know that kind of a thing. So all of those stories. But really, that person took me out, everything. not once. But at the end of the day, there was no confusion. I knew it wasn't this person, so I quickly gave the person a no. So what I'm saying in essence is that, ladies, if it's the person, it's the person. If it's not the person, it's not the person. And if you claim to hear God, you have been hearing God about other things. You have been hearing God about what should you do at your point, your spiritual walk. It should not be so difficult to hear God, unless God is telling you, okay, it's this person, but it's not this time.
Wait.
It's not the time, wait. And then you know what to say at that time. And then you tell the person no. If God says it's this person and it's not the time, you tell the person no. You don't tell the person, wait, I'm coming. Tell the person no. Let that God that said it's this person but not this time know how it's going to bring you and the person back again. Or at least you tell the person what God is telling me, that it's not time for a relationship. It's not. I'm not in the season for a relationship right now. So my whole aim is that you don't have to take 6 months to think about something, or 24 years, 3 years, 5 years. It makes absolutely no sense, because you and this person have been friends. You have also been having your own communication with God. Like I said, the thought came to me and I took it to God in prayer, and then God gave me words, right about it as a confirmation even before it came, right? So the way and manner or when they will come is what you don't know, but it shouldn't be the surprise that, oh, this person came afresh, right? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? You already know that this season has opened up onto you. And so if it's the person, what exactly are you holding your answer for? To claim hard care or what? Well, I don't want to believe that people still do that now, because it makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah, so that was how our journey began in relationship. And of course, we already knew each other. We were already very good friends. We had facilitated a very solid friendship base, so there was nothing to be squeamish about. The only thing is that we proceeded with our purity, our values for sexual purity.
Yeah.
We are absconded or abstained from anything to do with sex and the rest of that. Put structures in place just to ensure that all of that. Because when you're in a relationship like that, this thing start running. The hormones start running.
Particularly when you have been, when this person has been your best friend before the relationship is
stop. So there we in relationship we consolidated
boundaries.
More, yeah, we said
talked about boundaries. No, sex is a boundary that we don't want to.
We talked about things to do with marriage. Okay, if you're going to get married, when would it be? How many children would it be? What is your
surprisingly, my husband, the moment they asked me out, like, it wasn't even long. He kind of started talking about marriage. I mean, I'm like, he had told me that even as a friend, he said something like, he wasn't exactly particular about it, but he said something like, I'm like, why would you, if you go in a relationship, you not start talking about marriage instantly? He not asked me then, so what will you not be waiting for? That was what he asked me, and he sounded rather strange to me. I'm like, what will I be waiting for? What do you mean by that? You know, date the person for a while.
I mean, we dated from like March to September.
Yes. March till December, then January till September of another year.
Oh yes, that's sorry, I said March. It looks like 1 year. March of 1 year to September of another year. So that's the year, and we're in a relationship. So in those times, we got to know each other better, got to know our family members,
vulnerabilities, fighting, how to settle your disputes, those kinds of things.
You know, as friends, sometimes you probably don't want to offend each other, or if
you get into offense, you can even just cross the line and just do your will.
Yes. But when it comes to relationships, you know that we are both in this together. You have to find a way of settling it.
So these are relationships that you enter with marriage in view. So it's not a relationship of let's just check, or a relationship of this guy can be helping me with some money. Why the guy in Lagos can be helping me? That one can be sending me outfits.
Oh, for the guy.
The one in this one. It will not be the one that you chose that will now serve you breakfast. You will now say they served you breakfast or whatever. In fact, with that mindset, you most likely not even be able to choose the right person. Right. So for us who trust in God, we put all our eggs in one basket.
Yes.
When God say put it here, you put it here. If God say carry it, you carry all your egg to and remove at the same time. So we don't scatter eggs around. Do you understand? We put it in the same basket according to God's instruction. If God says, oh, I see something that you're not seeing ahead, carry all your eggs. You don't carry the main one. You carry everything.
Okay, this video is very long.
So this video must not be more than 1 hour. Thank you guys. Now watch the real version.
I think maybe we can still do another video about since that was where it started. how it's been going to be 1 year. How has the past 1 year been? Oh, we did one about that. Your first year in marriage, is it really what people say about how your first year will be? Yeah, we already did one. Please.
And you see the way my husband asked me out for my Christian brothers, it doesn't have to be so boring. Both of you are Christians, you already share the same values, so you don't have to come say God said or make it so boring. Like you and my husband, he sang a love song that was really nice, and that left us with a very tangible memory.
Yeah.
If we forget everything about that memory, we will not forget that one. So do something unique, do something that is memorable, that is beautiful, that just shows the romantic aspect of it. It doesn't have to be sexual, or it doesn't have to be boring too at the same time.
If I had to live my life without you near me, the days would all be empty, and the nights would seem so long.
With you I see forever so clearly. I might have been in love before, but it never felt this strong. Our dreams are young and we both know they'll take us where we want to go. Hold me now, touch me now. I don't want to live without you.
This was the song. This is one of the songs about that
song I
song there.
sang,
And I really like the song. We sang the song for you tonight. It was memorable for sang it in our wedding. We sang it on our honeymoon. We still played the song in our honeymoon too.
Yeah.
So
One of our favorite songs.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, so that's that.
with this, we have come to the end of this video. We don't want this video to exceed 1 hour. You have a lovely day, guys.
Yeah,
So it's
guys,
still
share.
celebration mode. Yeah.
Right, share, like,
Leave your
comment.
comments, questions, anything.
Yeah, do that.
Bye.
Road